All right, welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about lightning forces.
Yeah.
Double lightning bolt forces. Carry on with the
Yes.
story.
I saw a headline that the Pentagon was running thousands of guard reaction forces as U.S. mission widens. So they want quick reaction forces of 500 National Guards troops per state, roughly. And I was thinking, boy, quick reaction forces, to weather the storms that are currently faced by so many blue cities.
It's got a very fashy feel to it, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? It's almost like you've got these quick reaction force like troops, and it's this, you got this storm with lots of lightning, and then it's like lightning troops, storm troops, stormtroopers, and this is just the 21st century version of a stormtrooper.
Yeah, and looking up blitzkrieg, it means lightning strike or something along those lines too. So it's just one of those. Blitzkrieg stands for lightning war. There's the parallels, the echoes of Germany in the mid 30s through the 40s, and the actions of this administration parallel in rhyme really, really well.
Yeah. And what was troubling is as I was reading through the article, Trump was in Japan talking about it, and he basically said, you could do the accordion of falsehoods, and we're sending in our National Guard, and if we need more than the National Guard, we'll send more than the National Guard because we're going to have safe cities. You're saying we have cities that are troubled. We can't have cities that are troubled. Trump later told reporters the courts wouldn't get involved. Nobody would get involved, and I could send the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. I could send anybody I wanted.
Yeah, he wants to send the military in against U.S. citizens. It's a violation of the Constitution, but he never let the Constitution get in the way of whatever he wants to do at that moment.
Yeah, that's about as fashy as you're going to get,
Exactly.
I've got my own private army. The courts aren't going to stop me, and I'm going to send them to whatever troubled city needs help, whether they ask for it or not, or whether they truly need it or not, because I'm all about theater and optics.
Yeah, well, he blusters a lot. The only thing that makes him even mildly effective is he's surrounded by yes men, and he's trying to put key people in positions to act upon the orders that he gives. But the problem is that there's a whole lot of layers of bureaucracy, or you can call it bureaucracy, or you could say checks and balances that will short circuit, resist, or otherwise thwart illegal orders. That's not to say that he won't try to do this.
Yes.
But I think what you're going to find is a real mixed bag of success, with most of it being of the unsuccessful flavor.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing some of it now, where there's been a couple of generals. I saw an article about a general who had locked horns with Hegseth, who
the 3-star that just lost his job.
Yeah, just stepped down from his job. So I mean, the current crop of generals are definitely there to protect the Constitution, uphold the Constitution, but they are slowly whittling those away. So it's a little frightening, because what happens when they finally get to the one that's willing to do it, right?
Yeah.
Who was that twit that they wanted to appoint to the Department of Justice his first time around, where they were all quitting?
Matt Gaetz?
Was that?
No, it was Attorney General.
No, it was Attorney General. It was his first term. Everyone was quitting. It was like in Nixon, they called it like a Black Sunday or whatever it was. Everyone was he wanted to he basically was trying to get this one guy promoted, and they were saying that if this guy
right. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Have to pause to get that name, because it's been one of those ones that he was one of the ones mentioned in the January 6th panel.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the comments will be loaded with it by now.
You keep on talking, and I'll see if I can pull out a name here.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can get it too. Anyways, so I wanted to take a look at the energy around this order for the Pentagon to have these lightning strike forces, quick reaction force of 500 National Guard troops per state. I mean, honestly, California, if you get Sacramento, Los Angeles, and San Francisco all protesting at the same time, that's not a lot of National Guard troops to handle crowd control.
They can pick up litter.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the thing is these guys are normally, they have to go through special training, and I think it's ironically, I think it's April 1st is when they're anticipating the training to be complete for all of these guys. No fooling.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the energy on this, on the Trump's order for the Pentagon to have quick reaction forces with the National Guard troops. These forces are usually used for emergencies like disaster relief, not as on-call troops for civil unrest. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, what's the energy around this? The Fool. We're going down a path. This is a whole new direction. It's funny, meet the new boss, same as the old boss, right? Just like Dave was saying, this has kind of got the echoes of 1930s Germany. But here we are. Foundation is the Fool, going down a path. Are we going off a cliff? The challenge is the Two of Swords. We have a choice. Trump says the courts won't get involved. I tend to disagree with him. I think the courts might get heavily involved with this. Energy underneath it, Queen of Wands. The choice challenge could be. I'm just going to stick with that for now. I've got a thought on that, but I don't want to pollute this. Queen of Wands. Lots of actions being taken. This could just be another dancing monkey. Look over here. Epstein files don't exist. It could also be Trump's desire to show that he's taking action, because inaction means you're weak and you're not doing anything, even though sometimes inaction is the right action.
Jeffrey Clark was the name you were looking for.
There you go. And bonus points to every single person who said the name Jeffrey Clark before David found out. In the past, you got the Hermit. Trump trying to find some way to show that he's adding value, that he's got to find some sort of path to suppress protest, because the last No Kings rally probably had over 8 million. Did you ever did they ever produce a final estimate on that?
I haven't looked to see what the updated numbers were.
It's he's trying to find some sort of foothold, some sort of path, and this could be because he doesn't want the Epstein files be taking the headlines, so he needs to find something to distract. Current energy is the Ace of Swords. He wants to be king. He wants to show how powerful he is, and he's going to use force to show his power. Overarching energy is the Two of Pentacles, because he needs to please MAGA. He needs to show MAGA that he's in large and in charge. Lesson to be learned: heartbreak, betrayal. This is, once again, National Guard are usually used for positive things like disaster relief. They're not supposed to be rent-a-cops. And this is just it's a betrayal of a democracy. We have the freedom to assemble. We have the freedom of speech. And Trump is basically saying, you don't have that freedom if you disagree with me. And he'll make up a riot. Look what's going on in Portland. The dancing frogs are, it's mayhem. It's out of control. Only Colin Mockery was on the scene as a reporter on the scene to let us know exactly what's happening in Portland. Outcome is the Three of Wands. We got looking out into the future. What actions are we going to take? What actions will be taken in the future? So, like I said, the training is scheduled to wrap up by April 1st. You know what? We don't really know if Trump's even going to be around April 1st for this may just go away.
It's does J.D. Vance keep up the? Does his successor keep up the messaging?
I just don't know if J.D. Vance has the power of fascism that Trump has.
Well, he doesn't have the charisma that one would need to take over a cult of personality.
And I just don't think Congress will support it because he's not Trump.
They're scared of Trump. They're not scared of J.D. Vance.
Exactly.
They might be scared if Peter Thiel doesn't give them a bunch of money, but that's about it. It's with the readings I've done, and when I ask if Trump will still be around or in power around the winter solstice, the answer I get is no. So we've only got less than 8 weeks. Or so before that date rolls around, and we'll see how well I interpreted the cards. But when you get the death card and the endings card and stuff like that, it's kind of hard not to interpret it that his power and influence have been greatly degraded.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, will this even get off the ground? Will the courts block it? Will there just be, is this just bluster? And this is anywhere from bluster to the courts getting involved.
Yep.
Even, he could even, maybe the courts allow it, but then is there anything to this? That's kind of where I'm going with it is this something to even lose sleep over? There's so many things we can lose sleep over. Is this one of them? 10 of Wands, it's going to be difficult. Americans are so ornery, and it's going to cost money. The biggest problem he's going to run into is financing this. Finding the money to finance this operation. And you got the Tower card here. This is never going to get off the ground. It's going to be the court battles will be too hard. The money thrown at court battles, finding the money to fund this, and the courts are going to just shoot this thing down. Trump is doing it for the most corrupt reasons possible. He's putting together a small fighting force of less than extraordinary magnitude. He's acting as a strong man. He wants to keep to me, the high priestesses, although this is the Torah, I think about the Constitution. He wants his own secret police, his own secret force here. But it's just the ravings of a lunatic. He's not going to get what he wants. He's basically a small child having a tantrum, and he thinks that it's almost like a Napoleon complex for some guy who purported to be 6'3" at one point in his life. He really has short man energy. And I apologize to any short guys out there, but for what would be termed as the insult. But the guy who talks really tough because he feels like he has to compensate for something he doesn't have, like courage, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. No, he's got lots of charisma.
Humor. Yeah, but coming from a couple guys that are 5'8" on a good day, I think the problem with Trump, he's so focused on optics that his vanity cannot handle the fact that he's not the man he was 30 years ago. That was the most quiet cough ever. Yeah. He's not 6'3" anymore. He's not 230 pounds that he ever was.
I'm sure he was a long time ago, but not now.
Yeah, well,
that number's a lot closer to a 3 than it is a 2.
Oh yeah. I mean, he just, at 60, I am not in the same shape I was when I was 40 or even 50.
Even 40 when I was working out, it's like you're realizing that you can't get your heart rate up the way you used to when you were a teenager in your early 20s.
Yep.
That extra gear is gone.
Oh yeah. I notice that in the pool every time I swim.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it.
Just don't die. No heart attack. No dying. No drowning. No heart attacks.
This is supposed to make you feel better, not make you feel worse. Yeah,
get out of the way of the young bucks that are about to steamroll your butt.
That is the hardest part because some of these guys go blowing past me in the lane adjacent to me, and I'm looking at their intervals. It's just like I used to be able to do that. I can't do it anymore. It's like going down the freeway in third gear. I don't have fourth and fifth gear anymore in my manual transmission.
Yeah, well, that's what I remember when I was swimming too. It's like, you can't get enough air into your lungs. You can't get your heart rate up. And it's like, I'm not going to kill myself trying to recapture the glory of my 20s. Just can't do it. Wave the white flag. Used to go running with Jeff and Tyler from work. Jeff was former military. He was in the Marines, and Tyler was young. Tyler was probably in his mid to late 20s. Jeff was in his mid 30s, and I'm in my early mid 40s. And in my mind, I can run with these guys. And I'm holding back purposely because we're gonna do stairs over by Coyote Point.
Yeah.
And I think I'm saving myself for the stairs. I'll just hold back a little bit. And then when I want to go, there's just nothing there. Even going the stairs.
Hold that pace.
Yeah, pretty much. Just don't die. It's so frustrating because mentally I know I could do it. I know I've got a lot left, but physically, done.
Wah, wah. All right. So what else do we know? Just Spirit. What else do we need to know about this? About this National Guard lightning strike troops? Okay. Foundation is justice. I think this may be pointing at what Dave was saying is the courts are going to get involved and decide whether this is a just use of the National Guard, or the challenge is the Seven of Swords, the stealing of our rights, of our constitutional rights and freedoms. Underneath it, you've got the Eight of Cups. These actions are going to cause people to leave Team Trump. That people are not signing up for this.
Susan Lynn uses the term, and she's been doing it for a while, extrajudicial. It's kind of sneaking around, trying to get around the Constitution by doing.
That's a great interpretation of that card.
That's what I get when I look at that.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
Susan Lynn's awesome. You ever watch her?
No. Who's this?
Susan Lynn.
Oh, I have, but I have not watched her.
She's you know her because she's got Not David's glasses on.
Yeah, she's got the blue glasses, right? Exactly. Yeah, I have watched her in the past. I have not watched her in several months.
I'd love to claim that you stole that from me, but I really don't think that's the case at all.
The blue glasses or the interpretation of the card?
The blue glasses. I think she probably had that one locked down too. I am but a pale speck in the glory that is her readings.
Indeed. In the past, you had the Two of Pentacles. Trump's attempts to appease his MAGA base. That was the overarching energy on the first read. What else? The current energy, the heartbreak and betrayal. That probably the courts as well as the citizens feel this. That this is against the Constitution. Overarching energy is the Three of Pentacles. This could be the checks and balances starting to talk and work together again. I mean, the executive branch can the executive branch call out the National Guard? Because I mean, I guess first it starts with the governors of the state, right?
Yeah, the governors are supposed to have the ability to call the National Guard. The executive branch can command the Marines.
Yeah. So people working together and starting to collaborate more. The lesson to be learned is the Page of Pentacles. Maybe it's time to embrace a different idea or have different ideals. And the outcome is the Hangman. Time for a change. We need to look at this differently. This could also be someone getting thrown under the bus for this, not being happy with the situation that we're putting ourselves in.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna try his best. he doesn't feel that there's anyone out there to stop him, so he's going to do what he feels that he can do, get away with.
I just think he's going to run into a buzzsaw of resistance. He's not going to be able to get this thing off the ground. Again, doesn't mean he won't try.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't think he's going to succeed. Now, the real question is, will this mantle be picked up by the next person who takes over as president of the United States? Because we are working under the assumption here that Donald Trump will not be the president of the United States for his entire 4-year term.
Yes.
And certainly there's enough health medical evidence that would indicate, when dude thinks a Montreal cognitive test for dementia is an IQ test, it's telling you everything you need to know.
It's really, really hard.
And he found it hard.
Yeah.
For Carter, will the next person pick up this mantle? Justice Carter? I don't think he will. I think the justice will prevail here.
All right.
Maybe Arcana, for sure. Yeah, it's like the justice puts an end to this. It's like that this craziness here. I mean, he may try to do it, but it's just Donald Trump can get away with it because the Supreme Court said he could be a king. J.D. Vance is not a king, and nobody wants him to be a king. Try and sell it. No, we're carrying on the legacy of MAGA. I just don't think so. I just think that when
Trump goes, it's the end of the cycle.
Yeah, exactly. It's you don't have the sex appeal of Donald Trump, and I think sorry, I should have given y'all a warning when I was going to say that. So
what do you mean? JD Vance has all sorts of sex appeal. Well, of course, we're assuming JD Vance would be the person to.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Honestly, the thing is, when Trump is gone, he's going to be the scapegoat for everything illegal.
Well, he's earned it.
You've often made the analogy that he's the dancing monkey, or maybe that was Cash Peters, that he's the dancing monkey, but you have to look for the organ grinder.
Yeah.
And
that sounds like
it's going to be one of those things where when Trump's gone, they're going to say, "Oh, President Trump ordered me to do this. This was all President Trump's idea."
I was following orders. That doesn't sound familiar, huh?
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what's going to. This guy will be responsible for getting rid of Pluto as a planet. He'll be responsible for the Black Plague. He's going to be the reason the space shuttle blew up. He'll be blamed for everything as these guys use him as the bogeyman to cover all their illegal actions.
Well, and the fact of the matter is, if you watch the Jan 6 hearings, there was all kinds of stuff going on that the Republicans were more than happy to air during these trials because these guys didn't want to go to jail for them.
Yeah. That's why you got to put them under oath, and then you have to have supporting evidence to back it up.
Yep.
You don't have the best supporting evidence to back it up. It sounds good blaming the president of the United States for that, but there's going to be other testimony and other physical evidence tying it to you. There's going to be a reckoning. I look forward to the reckoning. That's it. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. At midnight, you'll be woken up with a new video. Dave and I will be fast asleep. But hey, that's sometimes how life is.
Now, when you say a bell, is it going to be a Kentucky bell?
It could be a Kentucky bell. And if it is Kentucky bell, then her husband will say, would you please unsubscribe the bell because I want to sleep tonight.
Any comments from her on her super secret reading?
She was very appreciative of it. Unfortunately, my phone is acting up right now. I guess the internet signal in the shed here is not all that it should be. Wow. But yes, she thanked us for that. She said she was having really a not a very good week, and so it really helped her, and her husband was quite grateful that we were able to put a smile on her face. I guess, Michelle, I'm so sorry that you weren't having a very good week. but I'm glad that we could lighten the load a little bit.
All right. So what shout outs do you want to give, or can you not, because your phone's just refusing to work for you?
It's I'm just gonna have to make stuff up.
All right, Miss Marianne, go for it. Just make up some names. Max 11367.
Let's see. Geez, I literally can't. Oh, here we go. Yay, it's working. Okay, here we go. Annie
Trumpets.
Annie and Kitties. That's because that's a great name.
Which one is it?
Annie and Kitties.
Oh, I wonder if she has cats. It's a happy family.
I hope so.
Just keep your cats limited to like no more than 3. Try to do 2. We don't need any more. No, I realize the cat distribution system is such that sometimes you end up with more, but you can't hog them all. You got to leave cats for other people.
Yeah, we had 6 at one point. That was a lot.
You'd be crazy to have all those cats in your house.
We still do. We have a doormat that says "Hope you like cats." How about Linda Rock?
Linda Rock. I want to rock.
Yeah.
We got the 701s.
Yee-hoo. And then we'll wrap it up with Tina Hanna.
Tina Hanna? Is that like of the Tina Hanna-Barbera?
Probably.
All right. 7 of Cups.
If Tina Louise was on Yogi Bear.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. And then
you packed up for a 3-hour tour.
Yes. And then a card for the rest of us. Make sure the bikini top is on there. The star. Thank you for being the stars of our show. And thank you all who helped David get to his 50,000 subscribers on Tarot by the Bay.
Yep. Who knew that putting up a Trump health video would catapult me the last few hundred subscribers I needed?
Exactly.
Oh,
we have, when you ever need subscribers, just do a Trump health video.
It feels like cheating. I don't like doing them, but I'm not the idiot that went out there and said I had an MRI and I thought a cognitive test for dementia was an IQ exam,
Yeah, I'm gonna go shake some hands. I mean, that's the other thing is, he's got all that makeup on his hand from shaking hands too much. It's like, has it occurred to you that why don't you just bow or a little wave, a left hand shake?
Yeah. By the way, I was just watching a video and the president of China, Xi Jinping, shook his hand. It's like, oh, don't touch the hand. You're going to bruise it.
How about a bro hug?
You can't bruise our president. Oh, God. The way Macron shakes his hand, he's going to rip the dude's arm off.
You just know they're doing it on purpose.
I mean, honestly, if he had the bruising on his hand after meeting the French president, I would believe it's from shaking hands too much. But it's also due to blood thinners.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Bye.
Dear God.
Hey, we're still
recording. Never stops.
Yeah.